Okay. All right, so welcome once again. My name is Reke, and I'm the administrator of Evijet Academy. I was actually talking about those who have been talking. You are in Planb community, you are in Evijet community, or you belong to both sides. You must have been hearing and seeing, or we've been sharing about Admiral. All right, we had an event last weekend, and the other weekend rather, and the whole of last week, Monday to Friday, we had trainings, okay? And the training was awesome. It was eye-opening. And we had a lot of tools. Now, one of the reasons why we decided to do this as a community is that a number of us have actually lost money. And in the event of the last one, we all lost greatly. So we wanted to do something together where everybody will win. Okay, whether you are a professional, whether you are just coming into the Forex space, or you are ready to learn, you want to start now, you will be able to participate, because here we are holding you by the hand. All right, so the community trading, you are not doing anything. Your own is just to be part, like now we're in a Zoom class like this. What we do, we analyze the market and we'll say buy, you buy, we'll say sell, you sell. So what you need to know, what you need to learn is to know how to buy and how to sell, how to place a trade, and how to put in your take profit and stop loss. Those should be your primary concern. Being able to know the different instruments, we're talking about the currency pairs, the commodities, and whatever we'll be trading, you should be able to know them and know their ticker, so that when we say buy Euro USD, you know how to go and search Euro USD in your account, and you're able to say buy or sell. So those are the things you must learn as a person from the beginning. Okay, so and we'll be doing that for as much persons as are very new to this system, who does not know how to buy and sell. So that becomes number one. Then number two is that everybody who has funded the account will be put in an exclusive group. All right, it's going to be a Telegram channel. It's already created and some persons are there already. So now for you to be there, all you need to do is to fund your account. All right, you just do a private message to me or to my boss, okay, giving your account number. Now, every person who have registered on Admiral have an account number. Even if you registered on TENTRADE, you have an account number. Now, why TENTRADE? TENTRADE is because not much persons have plenty of money to trade with. Now, TENTRADE will offer you the opportunity for you to be able to get more money from the prop firm. All right, so with your $100, you have access to $3,000. Then $300 will give you access to $10,000. All right, but there are limitations. That you have $10,000 does not mean that you have full access to that $10,000 to trade with. For the $10,000, you have a limit of 8%. So your maximum drawdown is 8%. As soon as an 8% is 8% of $10,000 is $800. So you must not have a drawdown up to that. All right. You must not have a drawdown up to $800. As soon as you close trades and your account is less than 9,200, that account is closed. You won't have access to it again. Same apply to the $100 account. $100 will give you 3,000, and 9% is what you have in that account. So 9% is $270. So $270 is the maximum drawdown you can have. So as soon as your account goes down beyond that, that account is closed. But if you are able to build on that account, anytime you hit 10% of the account, you are able to withdraw. You take 70%, the firm take 30%. It's beautiful, all right? With what we are doing, you should be able to grow such an account. So that's the essence of the TENTRADE to help. All right, TENTRADE offer as much as $250,000. I'm going to display that so that you know. And now most of the prop firm, what they do, all of them give you access to evaluation before you are able to be funded. But TENTRADE makes it beautiful in such a way that you just have a direct funding. So you pay for it. You pay for direct funding. You don't need to waste your time going through all of those, what do you call it? All of those evaluation before your account is funded. So that's the beautiful thing about the TENTRADE. Now, Admiral is the platform basically where we'll be doing all our trading. Even if you make money on TENTRADE, you should be able to move your money to Admiral, all right, where you are now building your own account. Now, the essence of this is not just to make money and go and, groove and all of that. We want to build wealth here. And in Plan B, we say 5 years to financial freedom. All right. Now, there are so many ways you are able to grow your wealth. Now, in Plan B, it's not just Forex we'll be doing. We're doing everything, the stock market, the crypto space and all of that. We're going to be exploring all of that. So my boss will be showing you how to grow your wealth. All right. There are different places you need to plug your money. You may not plug millions there. You can just plug $20, $30, $15, $100, and in another 2-3 years, you wake up and you say, wow, thank God I did this. That's the essence. All right. Not the immediate gratification. All right. Yes, we need money right now to solve our problem, to meet our present need. But that notwithstanding, we should also think of a building for the future. Okay, so right now, without further ado, I'm going to be showing us why I actually brought us here. Now, I said something. I said Admiral is the platform we are using. Now, one of the beautiful things is that Admiral actually gave us an indicator. It's called real-time. The indicator is called real-time signal indicator. Now, that real-time signal indicator does not repent. Now, you may not understand what it means for an indicator to repent, but this one is that once it appears showing you buy, that one will not disappear again. All right. If it appears showing you sell, that sell will not disappear again. But we have indicators that when you're on a chart using them, as long as the chart is still running, you see an indicator will come, a signal will come, show you to buy. After you have entered the trade, maybe 2 or 3 hours later, when you come back, the indicator has disappeared because the market has altered that initial settings. All right. But what this indicator does is that the indicator reads 100% of the data and show before it comes up, it purports to show you buy or sell. And that is not even all. There is another confirmation that comes with that buy and sell signal before you are able to enter a trade. Now, the beauty again is we are not just using just that. We've had different accounts we use, the different strategies we used before now, and all of them have been awesome. So adding this one to it makes it perfect. So let me share my screen. I told us that if the Zoom disappears, please join again. So if the thing closes, just join again. All right. Okay. All right. So now this is my chart. Now you see this chart. This is what we use. This is trading view. All right. So ordinarily, before I will go to, or if I go to that, because that indicator is on MT4. All right, and you can only use it on the laptop. So let's assume I got a signal from that indicator. What I'll be doing first is to come to this side and also confirm, is it aligning with what I have here? Now, one of the beautiful things I have learned in recent time is doing top to bottom analysis, but coming to enter on 30 minutes. All right. Top to bottom analysis, but coming to enter in 30 minutes. Now, the way this indicator that I have worked, all right, in the course of the journey, I'll be showing us, we'll be showing you, and even how to set, you love this, my indicator, I will show you how to set it up on your account. Although my account is paid, but this one is just 3 indicators. So even if yours is not paid, you still be able to set this particular one up. So how do you trade this particular one? Now, okay, take for instance now, you can see this, right? Now, there has been a consolidation around this point on the 30 minutes. There has been a consolidation. This is consolidation. Then you see a pull out, a standard pull out like this. Now, this becomes the first pull out. What do you want to wait for? Now, this pull out, let me bring a vertical line. Now, this is the first one. Then what are you waiting for? You want to wait for a retest. All right. Now, this is a break somehow, and this is the retest. Meanwhile, this red signal is still maintained. So in as much as there is this push up and down, this red signal is still maintained. So this red did not change to green like you have it here. It's still maintained red, all right? And my trade is below this other indicator. Now, this is another indicator here. You'll be knowing the names gradually, but I'm not going to be telling you the names today. So as long as it's below this, and this is still showing us red, so that's number one confirmation, all right? So now I put it here because this is a retest, and you have this very first bearish candle here, which is very pronounced. You can either put it here or this next candle. So now that I have put it here, what will I come here to do next? I come here and I see that this indicator, now this one below is RSI, all right? Now my RSI is below 50, below the 50 line. So being below the 15 line is a sell, all right? And that's not all. The RSI is below the EMA, all right? The red line is exponential moving average. So that's a beautiful sell for me. Now, what happened in this case? I will enter this trade here. Now, because this is where this ended, all right? You want to be using the 30 minutes. You should be checking your trade every 30 minutes. So I'll enter this trade here and probably maybe look back in history. Where am I going to take my profits? Okay. Now, I can say, okay, let me take my profit here. Or that can be my first TP. I can say, let me take my profit here. So let's see what that gives. Okay, no, this is too short because it's on a 30 minute, but you can take that first to start with. This is how many pips? This is 46 pips, almost 50 pips for crying out loud for those who scalp, all right? So that's just within how many, you know, but you want to really go back to a higher time frame to look and see. Okay, so for me, in this case, I would want to say my first TP should be this. Here, that would be my first TP. And the first TP on this account is, if you run it from here to this point, that's 108 pips. And this thing happened within 30 minutes, 1 hour. All right? Then you now talk about the entire journey. So this is a beautiful setup, and you'll be seeing them over. So now, right now, I have seen something like this. Okay? Now, before I came here, now let's go to this beautiful indicator. Now, I'll stop share and take you to that because it's a different window. So I stop share here, and I share again, and I take you to this beautiful indicator. Okay. All right. So now this is the indicator again, okay? Now, like I told you earlier, I like to do my analysis top to bottom, all right? So before I begin to think of how to enter trade. Now, even if I enter a trade here, or even if I see an entry here, I would want to go back in history looking from 4 hours down, depending on how long I want to remain on the trade, 4 hours down before I take the trade, okay? So now this guy is giving me an opportunity here now. Now, let me show you how this indicator works. Now, I use 30 minutes to enter. Now, can you see this? Can you see my screen, please? If you can see my screen, please type 111 on the chat box. Because you can't talk now, you can't unmute yourself. Just type 111 on the chat box. Type 111. Okay, good. Thank you. So that one is enough. That goes to tell me that you can see my screen. So now the way this indicator works, this works with this. So this one gives you a confirmation. All right, this gives you a confirmation. Now, call this one at the bottom the oscillator, while you call this one your main chart. All right. So these are the signals. All these one you're seeing here, they are the signals. Okay. So now let's look from this point where you have my cursor now. Okay. So now let's assume I get this this buy here as a signal. Now, will I enter this trade? No. Let me tell you why I won't enter this trade. Now, this, if you look at the real time, the dotted line is above the tick line. So I will not enter. There is another one here. I look at the bottom. No, nothing is showing me here. Then I come here and there is a buy here. And within that buy, 1, 2, 3 candle, okay, see candle here, you know, it has not opened its mouth. It has not opened its mouth, but when you come here, it has opened its mouth. Okay, so if you look at this, okay, so where I have dropped my cursor now, you can see that the signal line, the tick line is above the dotted line. So I can actually enter this trade here. Now, if I enter this trade at this point, how many pips did it do before this pullback? Okay, it did 34 pips. Okay, now I'm not just relying on only that to take my especially when it has to do with how many pips do I want to go for. Okay, now one of the things I want to do, I will come to 4 hours on this particular trade. Now, when I came to 4 hours, if you look at where this thing is now, okay, I told you this will be stopping. So when it stops, please endeavor to join. Now, where you have this blue line with this vertical line that I dropped now is where I marked on the 30 minutes. Okay, now you can see that here is actually above the moving average here. Okay, it's number 1, but when you look down here, it's not separated somehow. Okay, so will I buy at this point? No, I will not buy. I will leave it, except otherwise I want to go for 10-20 pips. I can't go because it's wide open. If you go to the 30 minutes, now, if you come to the 30 minutes here now, you will see that, okay, see, this is where I was. You see that is above the moving average, number 1, and this has opened. So if I was looking for 10-20 pips, I can easily enter and target my 10-20 pips and I come out of it. But now I really want to do a trade, long trade, I will go further. Okay, so now let's come further down. Now, when you look at that trade we saw, if you go back, let's go back to the 4 hours. Now, we are going to move this thing here now. We're going to move this here. Let's move this cursor. I mean, this vertical line now. Now, there is a signal here to sell, all right? Then I want to move this vertical line now to where I can get a confirmation on this 30 minutes. Okay. So now I have gotten a confirmation here that I can sell. Why? Because the signal, the dotted line is above the tick line. Now this indication has come for me to sell and is also below the moving average. So what do I do at this point? I enter this trade here. All right. Now, will I go out of this trade here? No. But ordinarily, I have marked this point as a support. Because I have marked this point as a support, I may have used this point earlier as my take profit. So my take profit here now is 75 pips. But can I still stay on this trade? Yes, I can stay on this trade. I can stay on this trade from this point now to this point. Why? Because As long as this mouth is still open and the dotted line is above the signal line, irrespective of the noise that is happening, I will remain on this trade. I will remain on this trade. In as much as, number one, this line maintains this separation and the black is down. And the same thing is happening here. This trade is still below the moving average. This is actually 14 moving average. Is below the moving average. I will maintain that until I see a pullback like this, closing above, and possibly the next buy. Now, by the time we see the next buy, what did you see here? You can see that there is now a close, a close, open, close. And after the close, there was an open. Irrespective of the fact, it has given you a buy signal here, and there was an open here, right? You can actually enter this trade, or you want to wait for it to close above the EMA, all right? Now, you want to ride this one again. You want to ride it again to the next support now that has become resistance, which is how many? 40 pips. Now, this is beautiful, people. Now, let me show you something. Let me show you something. Which trade am I on now? This is Euro what? Euro card. So let me look for, okay, now this is Euro card. Now, when did I enter this trade? I entered this trade this morning when I got this confirmation. Now there has been a buy, sell here. Maybe is the buy valid? It wasn't really valid. Why? Because I went to higher time frame and it's not giving me, it was actually a sell. Then apart from that, I waited until I get a clear indication. And by the time I saw this one, I saw this one like this, and this thing has started opening. This was where I entered with looking at every other indicators and also what I use to check. Now, we have a currency strength meter, all right, that shows you what is happening in 1 hour, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, one daily, monthly, and all of that. So all of them are put together. Now, you see this trade now that I entered. Let me see how many pips the trade be. Okay, so this is 50 pips, all right, 53 pips, okay? So if you watch here, you can see that it's popping green here, also wants to close now. This is a $100 account. I actually transferred this $100 into this account on Friday, all right? I transferred this on Friday, so let's come to history. Now, this is history. This is history. Now, if you come to the history balance, this is 27. All right, 27. Okay, that should be Thursday night. It was in the night. Yes, 27 was Thursday night. And by dawn of that day, this was the first trade I entered based on the signal I got. All right, and this was gold. The gold did about how many pips? I think 90 something pips. All right, so this was the profit, $8.82. All right, this Euro NZD was on Friday buy. Because we were shutting down for the week, I just decided to close the trade at 1.9. This trade has actually gone to $3, but I didn't close then because I was waiting for it to hit my TP. It didn't hit before this pullback. Now, this one, USD card, was this morning. All right, this morning, same indicator here. Now we have this one that is running. So let's say. Let's look at now. You can see this one. It will soon hit TP. So now, can you see this account of $100? Within 2 days, I have done for how many days? How many trading days? Friday and today, I have done 14% on this account. And if you also look at the trade that has not closed, so if you look at it, you want to count that one alongside, that's 17% within 2 days. All right. And this trade is going to close. Now, why? It's going to close in profit. Why did I tell you that it's going to close in profit? Now, can you see this indicator, the oscillator? Can you see how open it is? As long, the wider the opening, the better, all right? As soon as it opens like this, you don't have any fear to close your trade or you want to close it in a loss. Except otherwise, there's any manipulation from the market, which is the forex market, as we know, anything can happen. You can have a beautiful setup, a beautiful trade, and the next thing, it just take you out based on one kind of fundamentals that comes from nowhere, or the market makers have done something. But that notwithstanding, we put all of them into consideration. Okay. So now there was a trade I was looking at, AUD card. Let me see before this thing will go out. Now, this AUD card, all right, I'm looking at what will happen. It has been on a buy, all right, but this has been a serious wall. I want it to break this wall and give me a beautiful indication that I want to continue upward before I will enter this for a buy. So if you give me a good close above this and above the EMA, I'm going to enter to continue riding it upward. Then we want to go into a higher time frame and see what is happening. So can you see that? If this thing closes, please join again. Can you see that? Can you see that the buy that I'm looking for is what is actually valid here on the 4 hours? Now you can see that this is trying to turn back now, and this has closed above this my support now, the resistance, which is now support, and it's still struggling along that line, and it's closed above the EMA. So all of these are things I put into consideration before I enter. So now what I'm trying to say in a nutshell is that as soon as I see a beautiful close on this side, as soon as I see a beautiful close above the EMA, as long as this mat is still open, if I see a beautiful close above the EMA now, I'm going to enter, and my first TP will be this, my support, my resistance, then before I take it further up. Okay, so this thing will soon go off. It will soon go off. As soon as it goes off, please try to enter again.